After a decade of outstanding service to the Newton County school system, Superintendent Samantha Fuhrey has announced her retirement.
After much careful thought and consideration and reflection, I have decided to retire from K-12 public education effective June 30th, 2023.
Samantha Fuhrey has been a true inspiration to our school system and community. Her dedication, compassion, and unwavering commitment to education have left an indelible mark on all of us.
No, she's not retiring.
Yes, Mr. Bailey, unfortunately she is retiring. In fact, Mrs. Fuhrey's retirement marks the end of an era. Her innovative initiatives, like the Early Learning Program, the Poverty Initiative, and of course the Book Bus, have elevated our school district to new heights, setting a shining example for others. Her commitment, first and foremost to the students of Newton County Schools, did not go unnoticed, especially on the home front.
Growing up with my mom, I always had this feeling of just being proud of her because I saw how committed she was, and it was the same amount of commitment she'd put into her own daughter, me. So I would see how hard she worked with me, and then she would take that and channel it into her job, because her thought process was that all the kids in the school system were her kids, as if they were her own. So I got to see the commitment my mom made to me, and then see it in double action when I went to school. So.
If there was a school system event, whether academic, extracurricular, or sports, Superintendent Samantha Fuhrey was sure to be there to support her students.
We never saw her at home because she was out with the kids, going to football games, basketball games, whatever sport was going on, whatever team it was. You didn't have to be the championship team for her to go to a game. That's how Samantha shows how much she likes her students.
And of course, her support didn't stop with the students. She was an amazing boss and leader too.
She's a wonderful boss. She is caring, very much so in that I've seen her take an interest in students who just needed a little extra help. I have also seen her go visit a senior citizen who was struggling with some things, and she just has that extra special gift that we all wish that we had. She's very compassionate, and as far as working for her, she's an easy boss, and she's easy to, she does a lot of her own things, and just have to remind her every now and then, you need to be somewhere.
As a boss, she is very giving. She is very accommodating. And what I like most about her, though, is her keen sense of humor. She always enjoys a very good laugh, and usually I'm the butt of her jokes. But I love that about her. I don't care whether it's morning, noon, or evening after a board meeting. She's always up for a good laugh.
Mrs. Fuhrey made sure everyone felt like a well-valued member of the team. And did we mention she has a great sense of humor?
Great collaboration skills. Always felt like I was part of the team, whether I was washing her car, picking up her laundry, those kinds of things, grocery shopping, those things, that were expected of me. It made me feel like I was a real part of the team.
Throughout her entire career, Samantha Fuhrey has been a fierce advocate for public education, both locally and across our state and nation.
Samantha Fuhrey is an amazing advocate for public education. She really sincerely understands the unique value that public education brings to our opportunity to have a democratic country that requires people to be very civically involved and to be very knowledgeable. And she has such a way with words, and she's so charming that when she interacts with our legislators, our local legislators, as well as our state level legislators, she helps them them to understand that there really is an incredible value to us being able to do education in this format.
Samantha Fuhrey is one of the greatest advocates for public education, not only I think in this county, but across our region and state as well. She for many years has been an advocate for increased funding to make sure that the school system staff have what they need. She advocates and shows all the great things and all the wonderful achievements that are going on in Newton County schools, and there have been a lot of achievements over the years. And so she is out there fighting for our fair share of things for this county.
I don't think there is a stronger advocate for public education than Ms. Fuhrey. She is not bashful about telling you about her support for public education. She will tell anybody, from the President of the United States to the Governor of Georgia to somebody on the street, that public education is very near and dear to her heart.
She better not be retiring.
Oh, Mr. Bailey, she really is retiring. And that means that the school system and the entire Newton County community are losing a remarkable leader who has been an inspiration to all who have encountered her along the way.
Our Ms. Fuhrey's leadership has been invaluable to me, not only as a chamber president, but also as a parent. I've had 3 children go through the Newton County school system, and what she's done for our students and parents and our workforce has been invaluable.
So Ms. Fuhrey's leadership abilities are one that I would call creative, I would call collaborative. I think that her ability to really understand and reason with the business community, but also think about long-term approaches, has really been impressive, and also something that I'm truly going to miss. And I love the fact that she is always willing to listen. I love the fact that she has always been a true partner for whatever we need, whether it's a tough task or something that we seemed very simple. And she's really resonated in a big way for the business community to education.
Ooh, as a leader, Mrs. Fuhrey is community focused. So I would call her the community leader. She really epitomizes the quote, "It takes a village," because you see her out in our village, in our community constantly. She has gotten all of these partnerships with businesses and industries and organizations and churches. And she even takes kids and call kids her own and go see them. So she's a very community-focused leader. Even being in the community with some of the things that she's done in the past for the school system, like the book bus, she enjoys those type of things and really getting to know the students, and not only the students, but the families that the students belong to. So very community focused.
Samantha's a great leader to start with, but she's a good colleague too. You know, I mean, she and I, we don't talk every day on the phone, but if there's an issue that she believes that I need to know about, the phone rings, it's Samantha. And sometimes she just wants to bounce something off of me. But you know what, I do the same for her. But I found she's the greatest mediator I believe I've seen in years.
Needless to say, as a leader, Mrs. Samantha Fuhrey has been an inspiration to all of us. She's taught us the value of hard work, integrity, the importance of teamwork, and let's not forget that great sense of humor.
I think some of her greatest strengths were, I would have to say at the top of the list is listening. Ms. Fuhrey was a great listener. Lots of times I would call and just talk and talk. And then of course, you know, the voicemail would only let me leave, 20 minutes, a 20-minute message. And it would cut off. And although she never called back or responded, I knew that Ms. Fuhrey was listening. Great listener. So I would list listening certainly at the top of the list.
While Mrs. Fuhrey's tenure as our school and community leader will soon come to an end, neither her impact nor her friendship will ever be forgotten.
My friend, she has been my confidant when I needed one. If I've ever had to go into her office and close the door, she says, "Uh-oh." And I've shared things with her. We know about each other's family, and she is close. I know I'm with her more than I am with my family or at the time when I was working before I retired, and I can't say enough good things about her. Love her, respect her, prayed a lot of prayers for her, but wouldn't take anything for her friendship.
She is a very dear friend of mine. There are things that I've told her that I've not told even other people who are close to me. It's nothing for us to be exchanging text messages of TikTok videos and other humorous things at 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I say that that's truly a friend who will do that.
Samantha Fuhrey is a friend to all of us in public education. She is someone that is there for you. She'll be your ride or die. I think I hear not only from her staff here in the Newton County Board office, but also in the schools and students as well. Many times she's had to take a call and she was just leaving a student who perhaps was in need late at night, and instead of being with her own family, candidly, she was helping make sure they were set up for success because this was their moment of need. And so if you ever have a moment of need, Samantha Fuhrey is the person to be there for you.
As Superintendent Samantha Fuhrey embarks on a new chapter in her life, her legacy will continue to shape the future of education in our community.
When I think of Samantha, I think of a tenacious, unapologetic defender of public education. And when I think about her legacy, what I think about is her focus on early learning and poverty as a lever for improvement, not as an excuse for performance. And she's changed the dialogue in Georgia around the needs of students in poverty. On a personal note, Samantha has been my dearest friend in the superintendent ranks for over a decade. And this journey would simply not have been as much fun without her.
There's so much we can say about the contributions that she's made, the buildings that she's built, the system that she has seen through a time of tremendous growth. I want to personally thank God for her being a moral compass for us during some very turbulent times, some very difficult decisions, and being the leader of the largest employer in the county during those turbulent times. We called on her leadership in some ways that I think went way beyond her job description. And I'm grateful that she was not only an employee of Newton County, she was a resident, a leader, a mother, a wife, and that's going to be her legacy.
I think Ms. Fuhrey's legacy here in Newton County would be that she was a leader that led with compassion and love. Every person she talked to, every person she met, she believed the very best in them. She believed they can do the very best if given the opportunity and given the support. And she encouraged all of us in the district to make sure that we wrap our arms around our students and that we provide them with love, caring, and support.
While she was creating a lasting legacy for the Newton County community, those closest to home have watched in admiration of this amazing lady.
I think it's really impressive. Everyone always asks me, like, when you're in school, who's your role model? And I always say my mom, because she was the first female superintendent. And like, seeing my mom hold that role now that I'm an adult, I don't let anybody pass me up. I channel her energy into what I do to make sure that whatever I do going forward is something that I'm as committed and willing to do as she is with her job, and how just she doesn't let anybody, she always knows what she wants, and so I wanted to make sure that I do that now. And 10 years in that position, it shows that she's really resilient and she cares, so I try to channel that.
I'm very proud of Samantha because she's had to do a lot on her own. And I'm not going to cry. But she really, really is a wonderful human being. And she loves her school system. And I'm proud because that's my daughter. And I know she wants to retire, but she doesn't want to retire. She has that yin and yang right now, push and pull. And I'm very proud of what she's done. All the different accolades, they didn't mean a thing to her. They don't. She's very proud that she did, and she brought the school system, recognition, but she still loves her kids.
Congratulations, Superintendent Fuhrey, on your much-deserved retirement.
So she's really retiring?
Wishing her a happy retirement. Oh man, I'm so upset with you right now. Oh my God. It's only gonna be me in the paper now. I need somebody else to be in the paper with me. No, seriously though. I'm wishing you the best. I'm wishing you and your family the best. I know you got some things that you want to do, and you get opportunity to do them. If I can do anything for you, please don't hesitate to let me know. I love you. Godspeed, and God bless you and your family.
I'd like to thank Miss Samantha for over 20 years of service here in Newton County, and I know that she understands the true meaning of retirement. I wish her the best, and I know in her next chapter she will continue to educate this community and communities throughout Georgia and abroad what education and educating a community is all about.
I just want to take this opportunity to wish you on your retirement the very best life has to offer. And further, I want to give you my best thanks for all the work that you've done over the years. It's been a pleasure working with you. You're going to be missed, but not forgotten. Best of luck on your retirement, and may God bless you.
Mrs. Samantha Fuhrey, I hope that you enjoy retirement. I know this is not farewell, because I can walk right around the street when I need you to your home, and I will. But I want to say I truly appreciate all that you have done for our students. I truly appreciate you reaching out to students who were almost lost through the crack, and you pulling them back out and getting them on the right track. Those are the things that people don't see on an everyday basis from superintendents, and those are some of the things that people haven't saw in you, because you never did it for it to be publicized, but you did it because you genuinely care, and we appreciate that. I wish you much success in your future endeavors, and I am thankful that I had a journey in public education and wanting public education to be better with you.
Ms. Fuhrey, I'm grateful for this experience. It's been awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better superintendent. Your support for me has been unparalleled. We've been able to accomplish a lot of things under your leadership. I'm grateful. The school system has benefited greatly from your leadership. Thank you so much for these 10 years of dedicated leadership during your superintendency. It is greatly appreciated.
In all seriousness, Ms. Fuhrey, we're going to miss you. We're going to wish you well in retirement. I've got 1,000 beautiful words to say, but I just wouldn't be able to say any of them without breaking down. So just want you to know that we love you dearly. The years you have put in here at Newton County School System, they're some of the best years in the world, I'm sure, for you. But they've been great for us too. We just so grateful for what you have done, and thankful for your family and their sacrifices they've made to give you to us and to let us reap the benefits of your wonderful leadership and your friendship. So we love you. Have a great retirement.
Congratulations, Ms. Fuhrey, on your retirement. I am so happy for you, but a little bit jealous that it's not me retiring. It is well deserved. You have been an extraordinary leader in Newton County, and I just love you for your support of me, and to see all of the things that you were able to accomplish, and how you share your love throughout the district to our students and our families and our community members. You will be well missed. I personally will miss you as a friend, as someone that I can talk to, and you would just listen to the things that I needed to share and get off my shoulders. I would also even miss EST, because we had some very fun conversations and funny commentary from you and some of the other people on the team.
Well, all I can say is, well done, well done. I just want to say, well done. You've done it. I call her Mustang Sally. Take your rest. I know there are great things ahead, but have some time for yourself, Mustang Sally.